Good morning. Hey, beautiful souls. Welcome to those of you that are joining the replay. I started the camera a couple minutes early, so you're hanging out with me while we wait for others to join us. I'm glad you're here. Hi, Wilkinson. Good morning, everybody. As you start to join me, say hi in the comments as always. And then slowly begin to breathe into your body and present yourself on the call. Good morning, Soleil. Hi, Margaret. After you say hello, begin to breathe deep into your body, feel into yourself, and begin to put your two-word check-in in. Hi, Joseph. I'm seeing hellos, but I'm not seeing any two-word check-ins yet. Go ahead and start when you're ready. Feel into your beingness. Send them on over. We'll hang out another minute or a minute and a half and see who else joins us, and then I'll jump in. Good morning, Diane. All right, I'm starting to see some two-word check-ins come in. As you're joining us, feel into your body, feel into your emotions, feel into your beingness. See if you can come up with two words that describe what you're feeling at this moment. Good morning, Soleil. Good morning, Michael. So it's 7 o'clock straight up. I'm going to wait 30 more seconds for a few more to join us and a few more two-word check-ins to pop in the comments. Hi, Justine. Good morning, Arnell. All right. I'm seeing the numbers kind of jump up quick. So hi to everybody. I'm going to, in just a moment, stop looking at the comments. So if you haven't said hello, say hi. If you haven't put in your two words, check in, put that in. And if you are watching the replay, be sure you say hi and add your two-word check-in. I do come back and see who's watched the replay each week. Hi, Edison. Hi, Sebastian. Welcome, everybody. All right, it's 7:01. These are only 15-minute calls. That gives me 14 minutes to share with you today. So I'm going to stop looking at the comments and just create a powerful energy circle together. So let's do that with intention. Feel your two words, whatever it is. And just imagine that we're all sitting around a campfire at some beautiful lake, and we're all together and we're just here to support each other, to acknowledge each other, to recognize all of us in our own unique way, living our own unique journey on this amazing planet that's going through an unprecedented radical transformation right now. And as you're sitting in the circle, I just want you to begin to pull the breath deeper into your body, and I want you to focus on your heart chakra. That's the bridge. That's the energy center that acts as the bridge to our non-physical circuitry that helps the eternal non-physical you, that is a drop in the infinite ocean of the one source, who happens to have a body floating in the middle of your drop. The heart chakra is the bridge between the lower three energy centers and the upper three energy centers. The lower three energy centers connect our soul to all things physical. It's the connection that allows the soul to be in the body and function on the physical plane. And then it's the bridge to the three energy centers, the throat chakra, the third eye chakra, and the crown chakra. Those three non-physical centers of circuitry connect the soul to all things non-physical. So it's the bridge that helps us move through the physical world as a human, but allows us to keep expanding our awareness of all things non-physical. And at the beginning of the month, we were told consciousness, your awareness of yourself as the drop of the one in human form, is expanding exponentially. That's easy to fly over our head, because what does that mean, and how does it feel, and how does it show up? And it's not like somebody's going to flip a switch and all of a sudden you're going to go, oh yeah, I'm source, now watch me. No, it shows up through the energy that we've been being told that's coming online, that's been lying dormant. And it's coming online in our upgraded heart chakra as the radio dial is shifting to a new frequency. This energy is absent of fear. So the energy of your drop in the infinite ocean of source is absent of fear. It's absent of any knowledge. Your drop in the infinite ocean of the one source is absent of any knowledge that it is not source. And it is therefore absent of any human limitation because it's not human. When you begin, as consciousness continues to expand exponentially, moment by moment, you begin to recognize yourself in that energy, absent of any knowledge it's not source, absent of any knowledge that, absent of fear, and absent of any human limitation, in a way that begins to empower this human life. And the first way you notice that that expansion is happening, get this today, because it's been happening for all of you, is the absence of fear energy doesn't mean that your human experience is absent of fear. So if you're waiting to not feel fearful, you're missing the point. This energy is absent of fear, living in a paradigm of physicality on a frequency that was based on fear. So now we're coming out of a paradigm, a planet based on fear, fear of war, fear of death, fear of anything that would amplify our belief that we are separate from source. All of that is being turned down, and all of the activation of this energy that is absent of fear, absent of any knowledge that it's not source, and therefore absent of any human limitation, is starting to emerge. How does that emerge in your human life? The first way is you start to experience yourself more courageous. So I want to really point that out. Absence of fear begins to show up in the human experience as more courageous, more willing to step outside of your comfort zone, more willing to be vulnerable, more willing to ask for help, more willing to be seen, more willing to join a group like this, more willing to keep showing up and peeking into other people's situation and risking letting them see you muddle through your expansion of the human experience, moving from one frequency to another. You're all freaking amazing. So I want you to really be aware today. Over the last 3 days, because remember I've been telling you these pockets of energies are showing up, right? Doing very specific things. We are in a surge right now of creativity and synchronicity. I'm going to say that again. We're in the surge. Gina, I'm seeing that you said I'm breaking up. I don't know what to do about that. I'm sorry. Maybe reboot your computer or come back in. So this surge of synchronicity and creativity is supporting us to make some rapid changes. So I just want to ask you, what's shown up in your life in the last 3 days that may have been supporting you moving outside of your comfort zone? Maybe creating a pattern interrupt, doing something different or new that you've been holding back on a little bit. Who has shown up in your life as a brief reflection or a flashlight that just activated a momentary insight about you and your situation? How has that come into play? Because it's in play right now. And the whole purpose is to bring us to the next level of courage, the absence of fear expanding in you. Consciousness expanding moment by moment exponentially in you, through you, for you. You coming online more empowered as the source in the drop. So, two things I want to leave you with today. The first one is pay attention to the synchronicities, who's showing up in your life and what little things are being said or offered or dots connecting. Pay attention. Support is coming in these very synchronistic ways and little connections and out of the blue, out of the ordinary kind of things just popping in. It doesn't have to be life-changing or super profound, but it's important to you. That's why it's popping up. Popping up as support, popping up as clarity, popping up as encouragement, which brings me to the next point. It's come to my attention that in working with some of you in your one-on-ones, that some of you are feeling rather discouraged this far, 6 weeks into the new year, 6 weeks into the mastermind, feeling a little discouraged with yourself and the progress you're making. With that in mind, be on the lookout. Later today, you're all going to get an email from me that's going to speak to that specifically. It was rumbling, and so I put something together, and it's with my virtual assistant this morning, and we're putting it together to send it out in a blast. In support of that, or in preparation for that email, I want to say this. When you feel discouraged, or you have a setback, or you feel disappointed, or you feel like a failure, or you perceive you're in failure, it's really important to remember what we've also been told. We are developing a new relationship with our emotions. So this sense of disappointment, this sense of discouragement, even this perception of failure, first tool is the intensity with which I'm feeling all of this emotion is not all mine. Do not forget about that. Every emotion, positive or unpleasant, positive or negative emotions that we are experiencing are all intensified right now. Be sure you remember to use the tool. The intensity with which I'm feeling this discouragement is not all mine. Wait in stillness to feel the subtle shift of your energy of what is not yours move out of your field, and then sit with the intensity of your discouragement that is yours. Should feel slightly different. Takes practice to become that aware of your own subtle energy fields. Now, discouragement. You're a guest in my guest house. What do you got for me? What do you want to talk to me about? What do you want to bring? All of our emotions, if we give them time to communicate with us, they're messengers. They're messengers from inside. Most discouragement happens because you have an unrealistic expectation of what should be accomplished and how fast. If I want to lose 30 pounds or I want to lose 100 pounds, the first day I get out of bed to take a 10-minute walk outside of my house does not feel like anything contributing to the end goal of my 100 pounds, right? But when I backtrack what's important now, the only thing that's important now is that I get out of bed and I take the action of what's important now, leading me toward the bigger goal, and execute it. But what happens is I take my mind off the game plan, off the what's important now action, and I put it on my desired outcome, which is awesome in the beginning. I need to know, what do I want? And then backtrack, how do I get there? But if every morning you're looking at the goal and you keep looking at how far away it is rather than looking at the step that's right in front of you, you're going to live in perpetual disappointment. But when today's win and today's goal is to get out of bed and take a 5-minute walk, or 5-minute walk. If you got 100 pounds to lose and you haven't been flexible, a 5-minute walk from your front door away from your neighbor down the street, turn around, come back. Now you've walked 10 minutes, and you do that the next day and you add a minute, right? And then you do that the next day and you add the minute. At the end of the day, each of those days, you're looking at success. You're not looking at failure, because you're not looking at where you're going. You're looking at what you're doing. And what we're doing is the most important thing to get to the goal. And you can only do it in this moment now. Are you with me? The other thing that happens with discouragement is we often are comparing ourselves with somebody else, and we have no idea about their challenge or their frustrations or their process of working through their discouragement to produce the outcome that you're looking at, thinking, wow, they do that so easy breezy. And I know that to be true because people project that on me all the time, because I'm public and I'm supporting people making transformation, and they see me making progress, but they have no idea what my mind does every morning to challenge me to keep moving out of my comfort zone to get where I want to go, the very same way that you are. So put the focus on the now and celebrate the progress. That's going to be so helpful. Stop comparing, because you have no idea what their true process is. You're just looking at the results. Results can be motivating or discouraging. It's great to look at somebody and go, oh, if they can do it, I can do it, and then get to your own what's important now game plan and execute it. It's completely unhelpful to go, wow, look how fast they did what they did. I'll never be able to get there, so I'm not even going to start. So it is 7:16. I'm going to wrap up. Here's what I want to leave you with today. I want you to really feel what's percolating in me in a way that would let me be creative in some way that makes sense to me. It doesn't mean you have to paint, doesn't mean you have to do a podcast, doesn't mean you have to do anything super significant or long term. Creativity is being activated as a form of clarity to move us out of, you could be creative by saying yes to going to coffee with somebody from the senior center that you've never met before. That creativity, that moving out of your comfort zone, that possibility of synchronicity, of connection, big stuff is happening in those small little creative movements in the next 3 days. So capitalize on them, enjoy them. Keep your Indiana Jones hat on and pay attention to what the universe is bringing into your experience in the way of moving you out of your comfort zone, elevating your creative possibility, and helping support your what's important now. You're not in it alone. You've got the tribe, but you've got this inner genius, this inner guidance, this source of all that is fueling your drop in moving into more courageous expressions of yourself. All right? I love you so much. There's only love for you here. Be on the lookout for the email that's going to go out today. There's some added support in there. Those of you that have one-on-ones this week, I'll see you then. If you're not in coaching, don't forget you get 50% off. So if you find yourself discouraged and you need an extra support, give me a call. We'll find a time to put you in and you get half off on a coaching session. So keep utilizing all the resources. And I want to encourage you, reach out to each other. Post on our Facebook page your progress. Celebrate what other people are posting. Let's keep building our connection of this awesome tribe. All right. I love you. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. Until next time, be well.